How is everyone doing? Today we are going to look at the temptation when the adversary asked Jesus to bow and worship him, and he will be given all the kingdoms of the world. Why was the adversary offering Jesus the kingdom of the world? We know this if we go back to the beginning in Genesis, when Adam and Eve fell, and when they fell, they handed over the authority that God had given them to take charge, to subdue, to take dominion, to multiply. The adversary took that, and now he was offering it back to Jesus for worship. And Jesus knew who you bow down to worship, it is whom you serve. Your property is still theirs. So Jesus, as the Word of God that took upon flesh, who is also God, he knew that to bow down and to worship is to break the commandment that says you shall not bow down and worship any other gods except from the one, the great I am, which Jesus also was. So if you think about it logically, the adversary was being a bit stupid on that platform. Regardless, so the adversary right now is in charge of the kingdoms, the governments, and as a responsible Christian, we are told to obey our rulers, yes? But if we look on this, obeying our rulers, obeying those in authority, if they say anything that is contrary, or if they do anything that is contrary to the will of God, we should speak up, as John the Baptist spoke up when Herod took his brother's wife and he ended up losing his head for it. We should not be afraid to speak up. And now we see the adversary through the government is trying to introduce these digital IDs. And you know, these digital IDs are one step closer to the mark of the beast. They want to centralize everything in one platform. And the minute you have everything centralized in one platform, that is control. You are at their mercy. And the only person we should be at the mercy of is Jesus. We should only be on the mercy of Jesus and not the government. So in this instance, what should we do? Should we obey or should we disobey? Because obedience in this instance is going to be costly. It is giving the adversary what he wants, centralizing everything in one platform. And we saw that President Trump has legalized the death penalty again. And we see that this death penalties is being issued to those people who disobey certain laws. And it will come a time when those who refuse to take the mark will be also on the death penalty. They will be killed because they have refused to take the mark. You see how all this is lining up. The adversary, as we saw, is in charge of the kingdoms of this world.